Welcome to Glow's Kindred Kitchen, and I'm Glow. Today we are making another side for Thanksgiving, but this particular dish goes very well any time of the year. I actually got this recipe from my husband Richard from his grandmother years ago when she would make salmon loaf, which would be another dish we'll make another time. She always made a jello salad with it, which hers was lemon jello with crushed pineapple and cream cheese, and it was delicious. So today I'm doing something very similar, but instead of lemon, I'm doing orange jello with mandarin oranges and then the cream cheese. So let's get started. I went ahead and I'm doing a double batch, and I did 2 small packages of orange gelatin, and it's 3-ounce box, so there's 2 of them. And so I went ahead and for each one of these boxes you need to add 1 cup of boiling water. So there's 2 cups of boiling water here. And I'm going to go ahead and add this, and I'm going to stir it as I'm putting it in. There we go. And I'm just going to stir this up till it gets blended real well. And before you guys came, I went ahead and I drained some mandarin oranges, and I'm using the juice from the mandarin oranges in place of the 2 cups of cold water. And when I'm adding fruit and cream cheese, I always reduce the amount of the cold water or cold liquid that I'm going to add. So I'm going to probably do 1.5 cups of the mandarin orange. And we'll see if I have 1.5 or if I'm going to have to add a little bit extra water. And the reason I do that is I want to make sure that this gelatin is going to set up well. And the mandarin oranges will have some liquid in them still, even though I drain them well. And you don't want too much liquid or your jello just doesn't set up very well. So you can tell that it has dissolved very nicely. So now let's measure this out, and we have a smaller measuring cup that I just washed from another video we just did. I think this is about a cup. Let's see. Just shy. So let me add a little bit of water to bring it up to a cup. There we go. We'll add that, and then of course another 1/2 of a cup of cold water. There. And let's just do that. There we go. So when you're making jello, you can put this in the refrigerator and cool it so it would be almost completely solidified. Or you can put it in your freezer, or if you wanted to speed it up, you could take ice cubes in place of some of your liquid instead. But what I usually do, and I have room in my freezer, and my large freezer, so I'm going to set this in my freezer. And probably in about an hour, it'll be ready for me to go ahead and add the softened cream cheese and the mandarin oranges to it. But that's just a speedy way, either the ice cubes or putting it in the freezer, to be able to speed up your recipe so that it's ready quicker. Anyway, that's all there is to this part of it. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in the freezer, and we'll see you in a while. Bye. Hi. Well, our jello is gelled up nicely. It's still soft, so it's perfect to blend everything in. So I'm going to go ahead and pour it in this bowl so that I have more room to blend everything. There we go. And what I'm going to do, let me just put this right here. I'm going to start with half of this cream cheese. I'm going to put it right here. And I'm going to use my stick blender. And it's called a hand blender, but I'll show you a picture of the one I have. It's by Toastmaster. I've had this for years, so I'm not even sure if this particular company makes one still, but I'm going to tell you, this is a very handy thing to have. So I'm going to go ahead and start. It's a little noisy, but not bad. Move the cord out of the way. See if I can move this cord so it's better for you guys. See how nicely that blends that all together?
That works pretty good.
Huh?
Works pretty good, Miss
Yeah.
Paul. Pretty quick, too.
So I'm just going to take my spoon here. I just want to make sure it's all blended all the way down. Yep, I'm going to blend just a little bit more because there's a few pieces that are still there. Not that it would hurt. You got to be careful when you're bringing it up, because if you bring it up too quickly, you're going to have a mess. I think that's good.
Just don't get the mess on me. I'm filming.
So, let's see here. It's just a little bit along the sides. Don't want to lose out on some of that. This is one of those dishes everybody looks forward to. So let me move this out of the way. And when I was going to share with you too, when you clean this, you can clean it in the water with it running. You know, just be careful with the cord, that it really cleans it nice. So now all I have to do is to fold in my oranges. Looks like we could even put more oranges in there, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
You know what? I'm going to drain a few more oranges to put in here so that it has more oranges in it. So I'll be right back with you. Hi, well, welcome back. I ended up putting this whole jar of mandarin oranges in there, and I think it's going to be delicious. I'm just surprised it took that whole jar of them. I usually buy cans of them, and I saw this at the grocery store, and I actually really like the jar as well. It's kind of nice.
Nice jar.
It'll be one that I'll keep.
Nice jar, Miss Chloe.
Anyway, I have a feeling there's more than it's going to fit in here, but that's okay. We can put it in something else as well.
Yeah, it looks like there's extra there.
There'll be a lot of fruit in this. It'll be yummy.
So yummy.
I think that's enough.
That's
We're
enough.
going to have a mess. We don't want a mess. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this with some saran wrap and then a piece of foil over it. And I'll be putting it in the refrigerator to finish gelling overnight. And then, of course, before we eat, we'll take it out of the mold. So anyway, I'm glad you came today, and I hope you enjoyed this. And if you try this recipe, please let me know how you liked it. And again, thanks for joining us. Bye.